me a Parsha story. Welcome to Parsha House.
Hi, everyone, and happy summer. Meet Reeva and Adeena, BFFs, best friends forever. Both girls spell their names with a double E, Reeva and Adeena, and they loved spending time together and playing, and they were very excited when Reeva's parents let them know that because they were going away on vacation for a few days during the summer, Reeva was going to be having a sleepover at Adeena's house for 4 nights. Hooray! The girls are really excited. Of course, the parents had arranged all of the details together. And because Adeena's parents were bakers and left the house extra early in the morning, the girls had an exact routine set up of what they needed to do when they woke up in the morning. Wash up, get dressed, daven, eat breakfast. They had choices of a few games to play. And they wouldn't be alone because Adeena's older siblings would be at home with them. Reeva always knew that bakers had to wake up very early in the morning to get things ready for their customers. She also knew that Adeena's parents woke up super early, really, really, really early. And today, the first day of this sleepover, she was going to learn why. Reeva and Adeena woke up bright and early. Of course, Adeena's parents were already long gone. And they followed their routine that they had written down the night before of what they would do when they woke up in the morning. They got dressed, they davened, they ate a scrumptious breakfast, and they got right down to their playing. Risk was their favorite game. They played for 2 hours long. Then they were ready for some gymnastics. Then they played some more cards. And then their stomachs started to grumble. They were ready for a snack. Adeena said, "Hey, Reeva, I have an awesome idea. Let's go to my parents' bakery shop and get a fresh snack from the oven." "Ooh," said Reeva, "that sounds like so much fun." Adeena called her parents on the phone and said, "Is it okay if Reeva and I walk over to the bakery and get a snack?" "Of course," her parents said. "What a fun outing. We would love to see you." Reeva was especially excited because she had been in the bakery many times before with her parents when they went shopping for challah or for pastry, but this was going to be the first time that she was going to get to go to the back of the bakery and see the huge ovens in action and, of course, enjoy a super fresh treat. Yes! The girls practically skipped all the way to the bakery. And when they got there, Adeena's parents greeted the girls with a big smile. "Come on over to the back. Adeena, show Reeva how to get through." And the girls went right to the back. "What would you like today, young ladies? Rugelach, Danish, muffins?" Oh, it smelled so good. It all smelled so good. Reeva just wasn't sure what to pick. "Have a look around at all of the trays. Point and let me know what you'd like to eat, and I'll be so happy to get it for you." Reeva slowly walked from tray to tray. Big challahs, little challahs, Napoleons, apple muffins, chocolate muffins, babka, rugelach. Oh, it all looked so good. She wanted to make sure that she checked out every single tray so that she would know what she was picking from. Out of the corner of her eye, Reeva noticed a big white box that said on it, "The best of the best." And she wondered what was in that box. "Mrs. Drelich, I'm wondering," Reeva said, "what's inside the box that says the best of the best?" "Oh," Mrs. Drelich said with a shy, modest smile, "that's my most special box, the one that has the best of the best of the best of the baked goods." And then she smiled and turned away and continued working. What are we going to pick? Adeena and Reeva were wondering. They finally decided on a chocolate Danish and an apple muffin and decided that they would split them between the two of them. Mom put them in a bag. The girls skipped back home, sat down in the backyard under a tree, made a bracha borei minei mazonot, and were so excited to eat the scrumptious muffin and Danish. Throughout the afternoon, Reeva kept thinking about that box that said on it the best of the best. And she was just wondering what Mrs. D did with the stuff that was inside of that box. Maybe when she gets home from work later after dinner, I'll get up my guts and ask a little bit more about that box. I'm really curious about it, Reeva thought to herself. The BFFs, Reeva and Adeena, both with the double E in the middle of their names, had a wonderful afternoon. They went under the sprinkler. They played dress up. They made some concerts and recorded themselves singing. And then Adeena's parents came home, and the girls helped prepare dinner, and everybody sat down around the table and enjoyed a really nice dinner of chicken, green beans, and rice. No dessert. They had had their dessert in the afternoon. After dinner was over, the girls, along with the rest of the family, Adeena's brothers and sisters and parents, went into the den to hang out a little bit. Everybody picked a book to read or a newspaper. Everybody found a comfortable place to sit, to chill and read and relax and enjoy. Reeva could not stop thinking about the box, the best of the best. She moved over to sit right next to Mrs. D, and after a few minutes of silence said, "Mrs. D, is it okay if I ask you a question?" And she said, "Go right ahead. Ask away, Reeva." "Mrs. D, I know that you wake up really, really early in the morning every day to go to the bakery to go to work. I always wondered why you wake up really, really extra early. But I actually have an even bigger question that's burning for me. When we were in the bakery today, there was a box that said the best of the best. You mentioned that you put the best of the best pastry in there, and I am just wondering, where does it go? What do you do with it afterwards? Does it get sold in a specialty way? Does it get sent to the President of the United States or to the governor or to the mayor of our town? What exactly happens with the stuff that's in the box that says the best of the best?" Mrs. D said, "Reeva, I am so grateful to wake up early in the morning. And you're right, I do wake up extra early. I actually wake up extra early roaring like a lion, strong and excited to jump out of my bed and to start my day with goodness and with as many mitzvot as I can. So I wake up extra early to leave myself extra time for extra baking. And when I go to the bakery, the first thing I do when I get there is I take my beautiful white box that says the best of the best on it, and I set it up on the table. That's the first thing I do when I walk into my bakery shop. Then I turn on the oven, start putting up different doughs and batters, and get to work. And then, throughout the day, anytime something comes out of the oven that looks fantastic, that looks A+++, that looks extra special, I set it aside in that box. And then, in the afternoon, I take the contents of that box and I make sure to give it to people in our neighborhood who don't have enough money to buy baked goods from our bakery shop. I don't want to give away the leftovers at the end of the day. I like to look for the best of the best of the best starting from early in the morning so that whoever needs my help will feel so good about what they're getting, will feel important, and won't feel like they're getting leftovers that we didn't sell anyway. And that's why I like to wake up extra early, because then I get a head start on baking extra stuff. And this way, I can get the best of the best out to people in the middle of the day. Reeva enjoyed the rest of her stay at Adeena's house with her family and was forever grateful to Mrs. D for sharing with her about the best of the best box. Reeva thought to herself, throughout my life, what I'm going to try to do is jump out of bed early like a lioness and think about the different ways that I could use my special gifts and my special talents to serve Hashem and to serve other people. In this week's Parashat Balak, Bilam tries to curse the Bnei Israel. But Hashem is in charge of what comes out of our mouths, and instead of bad words and curses coming out of Bilam's mouth, good words come out. One of the brachot that Bilam says about the Jewish people, about the Bnei Israel, is Hein am kilavi yakum ucha'ari yitnasa. Rashi teaches us that these words mean that this nation wakes up like lions. They jump out of their bed because they want to grab and take advantage of as many mitzvot as they can, to say Shema in the morning, to put on tzitzit, to go and help other people. Just like Mrs. D, just like Adeena's mom. We say Matovu as we walk into shul, as we start our davening every day. Those are also words that Bilam said. Those talk about our respect for privacy, that when the Bnei Israel lived in the desert, even though their tents were close to one another, the entrances didn't face one another. And that reminds us about how we should act. And Am Kalavi Yakum reminds us to follow the example of Adeena's mother and to jump out of bed to do as many mitzvot as we can throughout the day, each in our own way with our own talents. Things that come easily for us, we should do lots and lots of those, and even things that require a bit of a stretch. I hope that our efforts to try to do this and to bring this lesson into our lives will serve as a zechut for our beloved chayalim and all of our brothers and sisters in Israel. Shabbat Shalom.